Caution. This podcast is designed for mature audiences. We delve into topics surrounding sexuality and intimate relationships in a candid and open manner. Please note that we are not licensed marriage or sex therapists, and the content shared here is intended solely for entertainment and informational purposes. If you are under 18 years old or prefer not to engage in explicit discussions about sex, relationships, or mature language, we advise against proceeding further. However, if you're of legal age and comfortable with such content, feel free to settle in, grab a beverage, and enjoy this episode. Just remember, time flies when you're having fun. Oh, and the stories you are about to hear are true. The names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Welcome to Beyond Monogamy, where every episode is a journey of discovery, liberation, and endless possibility. Join your hosts Roger Johnson and Janet Valentine as they peel back the layers of convention, inviting you into a world where passion knows no boundaries. Beyond Monogamy, a podcast that transcends the traditional norms of relationships to uncover the raw, unfiltered stories about the lifestyle. And now, your hosts, Roger Johnson and Janet Valentine.
Hi. Nice getting these things done. We got a few more by the end of the year. Welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I'm Janet Valentine.
I'm Roger Johnson.
I'm Barbie Triple E.
And I'm Steve the Professor.
Yay, we have everybody here. The plan. So, I am totally unprepared. I don't have a song. I don't have a word. I have some neat pictures that Steve was sending me today about Dillard's. I'm sure you have a story to tell me.
Isn't that the word of the day, Dillard's?
That's the word of the day.
Dillard's should be the word of the day. You're right.
Oh,
And I wonder if, let's get them for an endorsement.
yeah, no joke.
I think it's going to be more like a cease and desist.
Yeah.
Okay, so it did
I
happen
think
at
you're right.
Dillard's. It happened at like someplace like Target or JCPenney or some
Yeah.
other place, some other
Yes.
hypothetical
Aldi.
place. It was
Aldi.
it was in a dressing room to be named, a store to be named later was what it
That's-
was.
That is correct.
You
That
sent
is
some
correct.
salacious pictures. I looked at them and I was like, I had to take a second and go, did I do those with you?
I thought the
Looks
same
like
thing.
my hair.
I thought the same thing with that beautiful hair color. I was like, oh, it's got to be her. No, it's not.
No, it was not. We went and had to have our eye examination today. So we got taken care of, and she said, "You need some new shirts. Let's go look." I said, "Okay." So we went, and she goes, "Try this one on." I said, "Well, okay." So here's two more. So walking into this change room, dressing room, and it was big, and there's a chair sitting there. I said, "Well, come in here and sit and to see what you think. That way I don't have to come out." She goes, "Okay." So she's sitting there, as Elle does, you know how she is. And so trying these on, she goes, "Oh, I like this one." And I said, "I do too. It's nice." And we got done trying the shirts on. I said, I had a smile on my face. And she says, "What are you smiling about?" I said, "Move your purse. Put your purse down." She goes, "Okay." And she goes, "What are you doing?" So I immediately unzipped, unbuttoned my jeans, pulled them down. I said, "Here, suck my cock." She says, "Oh my God." She goes, "My pussy just twinged and started throbbing." So she
Oh.
bent forward. She's sitting in the chair, bent forward, and went to town. I'm going, "Oh my goodness." And so we didn't finish, but we took a couple pictures, sent them to everybody. And
Yeah.
after we got done, she says, "My pussy is soaking wet right now." I'm going, "Well, that's good, because that's what I was meant to do. That's what I meant to do." So
So did you take
just
her
a little-
home or take her in the car? Or did you take her somewhere?
no. Well, we just got home a little bit ago, so I haven't been able to take her yet. So we will
Oh,
get
the
that
night
taken.
is young.
The night is still young, and she is off work tomorrow. So
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
there you go.
so we have all night. So
Okay.
we are
You know,
excited.
she's right. There is something about that public sex. There's
Oh.
just, or getting away doing something naughty. Oh, Oh,
I
Well,
told
you know
you.
what? Yeah. Well, and what's funny is she told me the other night her birthday is coming up, and she says, "I want someone to fuck me in public for my birthday."
Okay.
She goes,
oh.
If we had to go to another cemetery or whoever, that's fine. But I want another. I want to get fucked in public again. I'm going, okay. So we're working on that for coming up. So she's all
Well,
excited.
we will
Cemetery's
have
hot.
a tip jar for the
Yes,
bail in case anybody's interested in
this is true.
contributing to, just in case she has legal
Oh,
ramifications.
well, this is obviously not the first time, but did I tell you the story about her and I going to the gang bang, and one of her buddies rode with us?
No, well, tell it again.
Tell
Hour
it
and a half.
again. Tell it
So
again.
okay, so we're going to meet one of her boyfriends. Says, "Hey, are you guys going to this gang bang?" And said, "Yes, we want to go watch it." He goes, "Well, I'm going also. Can I ride with you?" Said, "Sure." So we meet him at a meeting spot. The place we're going is an hour away.
Hmm.
Elle gets in the back seat. She goes, "We're going to be back here." So what? So all the way for an hour's drive, she's back there sucking his cock.
Oh, good grief.
So we get there, and the gangbangs is a worthless thing. So we're there for maybe 20 minutes, and let's go. We leave. She says,
Get
"Oh,
back in my car."
she's back in the backseat of the car again," and she goes, "I'm gonna be busy." I said, "Okay." So I stop at a fast food restaurant, the drive up, and order drinks. She's back there
Oh,
slobbing on a knob the whole time.
oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you made their day. You
Oh
made
yeah.
their day.
I said,
That
"Don't
new
care."
person was like,
Yeah. So that's what she and she wants to do that also. She said, "Well, can we go tomorrow night?" She goes, "Well, tomorrow night I want to see if we can find a couple of guys or find a guy. I want you to drive me around while I suck his cock tomorrow night." I said, "Okay." So,
Well, there you go. All right. You can be
so
the chauffeur. Okay.
hey,
I have
birthday
to raise
wishes.
my hand. I have
Okay.
to raise my hand because we did a great podcast last week and I hope everybody listened to it. Um, but I go back to listen to the one that I missed because, the one where I'd been gone a while.
hey,
And what is this about the bucket list and the midget that didn't come up at all last week? I have to hear it on the streets. I have to hear it on a podcast. How did I not know that information? Oh,
Oh,
well, congrats on the
thank
bucket
you,
list.
thank you. Yeah.
I had to
Poor
hear it on the
Roger.
street. I had to hear it on the
Poor
street.
Roger said he had to pull over and jack off after hearing this.
I believe it.
So
Oh, you got some, yeah.
yes,
Green with envy.
yes, it was fun. It was fun.
well,
I got
the
some
great.
news.
Okay,
Oh,
I've
what's the
been
news?
out for
Hit us
a
with the
while.
news.
I got some news.
Okay, sexy news or news about you or
Yeah,
sexy news? Okay,
news about sex.
okay,
Uh-huh.
we're ready.
So I don't have much on this one, but in Canada, new sex for rent agreements are becoming way more popular. Like,
Sex for
sex
rent.
for rent.
Sex for rent?
Oh, so you get to live there if you do the deed? Is that what we're talking?
yeah,
That kind of
I'm short on
Oh,
money, but
but we can
sex for
trade.
rent?
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
figure this out another way. Um,
Why not? Shit, why not?
so
My
have it?
concern on that is that I would not want it to be exclusive. I would do it for rent, but if you said I can't do somebody else at the same time,
Oh yeah,
then we don't have a deal.
no deal, no deal. Mm-mm.
Well, rent's due once a month. I mean,
Okay, and that's
Hey,
fine,
or if we do a weekly agreement, but yeah.
or if
that's
you're pretty
fine,
good, yeah, I was gonna say we might knock it off, every week. So,
right?
oh,
If you
but yeah, I
if
won't be
you
exclusive.
if you
No.
smell, it may have to be in the shower. Um,
Well,
if you are a
yeah.
broomstick guy, we may have to get one of those belts and pull the belly up.
But you know, there was a line in Will and Grace that I use frequently when she talked about, screwing a guy she didn't really like.
Mhm.
She says, "Oh hell, I learned to put my heels in the air and think of handbags." So you know what? There's always a workaround.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm. So, in other news,
Okay.
have any of you ever heard of Olivia Bentley?
Yeah. Wasn't she on Law and Order?
Maybe not this one.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not this one. Is this
Probably
a
not
porn
this
star?
one.
Is she a porn star?
This is a therapist.
Oh,
Oh.
She's a sex therapist and has sex with
okay.
her clients to save marriages.
Oh, I want that job.
We could do
I
that.
know, right?
I want that job.
You so
Hmm.
could do that. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the doc used to tell me that we should do that. The puppy dog doc, he used to say that we should do that because once he learned that people could, when women squirted, it was for real. And once he learned about all the things, the things that I used to talk about in terms of, how to give a blowjob and some other stuff, he's like, you should do this for a living. And, that was part of the issue is he told the client that I did this and I lost the client. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he suggested to the client that I become that therapist, and the client was not really happy with me. And so I lost that client. So that was pretty much when I cut off puppy dog talk. But, I think that's pretty smart, to,
Well, so,
No,
so
tell us more. Tell us more.
I want to. So, but the more's not what you're going to think.
Oh,
okay.
This came up on Facebook.
Oh,
It's so I captured the comments.
oh, oh,
okay.
yeah. Here we go. You can
Okay.
feel your IQ dropping.
Here we go. Uh, one guy says, "I just signed up because I love my wife." Another one was responding, says, "You mean like a nap? Just a $20 copay after it goes through insurance."
Oh, that would be awesome
That's
if
a good one.
insurance pays
That'd be
that.
good.
A
That'd be
lot,
good.
a lot of how do you make an appointment? Uh, what a fucking loophole.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good one.
yeah, do I need to have a partner? I need to find a wife and get married so this lady can help me with my marriage. Um, and then a lot of please call me, I need help.
Yeah,
Yeah. So and then that's all I could get from it. It was a lot of the same
that was enough.
dick jokes, if you will. Yeah.
Right.
But
But I always thought that you could be a therapist and you didn't have to be it for a guy that was married or what. You could teach a single guy how to get a girl. Okay. Because one of my favorite movies is Revenge of the Nerds. Okay. And in Revenge of the nerds, the nerd guy is wearing a Star Wars costume, a Darth Vader costume. And he goes into the room where the sorority chick is, and she thinks it's her boyfriend, but he starts fucking her, and she is moaning and screaming for joy. And they come out, and she takes off his mask and figures out it's a nerd. And she goes, "Oh my God, I love a nerd." And she goes, "How did you get so good?" And he said, "Those good looking guys, all they do is look at their muscles." He goes, "Us nerds, all we do is think about sex all the time."
Yep,
um,
that's
You know,
right. And practice
practice,
and
practice.
practice, practice.
That is
there was
true.
at one years ago there was a show on VH1 called The Pickup Artist. And the guys that did it were just about as just as goofy. I mean, it had to be a character, and I'm sure a ton of it was staged. But the concept that they were teaching it was like they took these Revenge of the Nerd guys in, and it was like they would give this training, these different settings, and how to talk to a girl and how to do this and do that. Um, and the concept is, I've swore I could teach the concept,
Right.
and I just wouldn't look half as goofy as those guys. But there's a few movies that talk about it. But like speaking of, I was going to tell Barbie. Speaking of lines, I've been dying to tell you that I'm jealous of your heart.
My heart.
Yeah, because it's pounding inside you and I'm not.
That's a good one. Oh, I like that. I like that. Well,
Uh,
thank you. Thank you very much. I take that as a compliment.
so there, I hope somebody listening uses that.
I hope they do too, because that's a good
That
one.
does, that is
Be
a good
careful at work,
line.
though. Be careful at work. Be careful at work.
Yeah, not at work. Not at work.
Right. Don't do this at work. Do it at a bar somewhere, right?
Yeah,
There's not a
Yeah.
cop that you're saying.
after work with your friends,
Right. Right.
or as a pickup line.
What? I
So
was
Steve, are you guys going out tomorrow then?
yeah.
I don't know what
We're taping this before Halloween, folks. So that's what he's saying is
Yes.
tomorrow is
Yeah, because
Halloween.
I was hoping he'd say yes, because I was going to say, tell Elle I said happy Swalloween.
Oh, tell her.
Pun intended, swallow a ween.
She did
Yeah.
have she had a buddy text today and want to know he's in town. He moved away and back in town, and she really enjoyed playing with him. And he said, "Are you guys available?" I said, "Well, we may be, but it depends on if kids,
Yep.
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah.
and
Sometimes family gets in the way of a good time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're right. But that's the one rule we've never broken, though.
Right.
I'd say none of us have ever done. Family always comes first. So, but
Oh,
some
yeah,
that's what I said. Here's the deal. I said, we will keep you posted, but no guarantees. If
Yeah.
kids don't, if our kids don't come over or want to get together, sure, we'll be out and about, and I'll tell her happy swallowing for you, Roger. So, I have a question for Janet and Barbie, though.
Okay.
I just want your thoughts and your opinions. We had a young, imagine this, another fuck buddy of L's wanted to get together for a threesome with another woman.
Introducing Coconut Slickums, the ultimate personal lubricant that brings a touch of tropical paradise to your most adventurous sex party moments. Made from 100% pure coconut oil, Coconut Slickums offers a silky smooth glide that's as natural as a unicorn breeze practicing the rule of 6 or DP. No more worrying about synthetic ingredients or greasy residues. Just a luscious moisturizing experience that feels as good as it sounds. Perfect for enhancing intimacy or just adding a bit of luxurious fun to your day. So go ahead, indulge in the tropical treat your skin deserves with Coconut Slickums. Because when it's this smooth, it's always a perfect day at the meet and greet. To learn more, visit BeyondMonogamyPodcast.com.
And I'm saying, he doesn't realize it all sounds great, but it's tough for a man to have a threesome with two women. I said, a lot of guys,
the one woman is bisexual.
Yes.
The one woman is bisexual.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I said, and if they're not, I said, you don't understand. It's tough, and it's just not it's hard to explain. But for the flies on the wall, it's not everything is cracked up to be.
No.
If you and
Not the movies.
No, you're right. It's not the movies. Yeah.
Be careful of the fantasy.
Yeah. Because it's always looks better. Grass always greener on the other side. But guess what? It's tough sometimes.
It's also
but like
a lot
you said,
harder to do. It's harder to find. So my first husband, he used it. That was always what he wanted. And the thing was, it was difficult to find. And so then when we did stumble into it, she liked being with me more than she liked me.
Shock.
So, it was like, okay.
And we have done, Elle and I have been with a third woman multiple times, but there
Right.
again, both of the ladies are bisexual.
Mhm.
Right.
So it makes it a lot easier. I did have one, not with Elle, and I had one riding me. I asked the other one to sit on my face, and she said no, she doesn't do that.
Okay.
Oh,
Going, okay. I said, so, there again, you're having a threesome, you're trying to make everybody happy,
right.
and some of them just don't. So, it's not always easy.
It's
You know,
definitely
it,
not what people see in any kind of video or anything you see on the internet. No, you got to experience it to really figure out what looks great in a movie. And so you want to replay it because that's a really hot moment. That's what I call the Kodak moment. I know that
I,
dates me because a lot of people don't even know what that
Mm-hmm.
means, but it's a great moment for a picture. This is a good picture. But for
yes,
real life, like I'm into it, like let's have fucking sex because that's what I want to do. That stuff's out the window, man.
yeah,
Because that's not sex, that's fluff. That's looking good in an outfit or trying to
Okay.
position the, you see in everybody wants, or to me, the strap on. The strap
Right.
on. That's
There's
totally
the strap
useless.
on, and then the DP with certain people.
Oh, yeah.
It's there's
First of all,
too much
nobody
stuff
can
going
coordinate
on.
that. Yeah, nobody
There's
can
just
coordinate
stuff
that very well.
going on, and then like in the movies, they show everybody comes all at the same time. Well,
Oh,
that's
yes.
not what's happening.
Yeah, that's not, no, no, no. And usually, I mean, if you're getting in some of these positions, especially with two people, probably nobody's going to come. Not really. They're going to moan and groan and it's going to feel good and it's going to be different. But chances are, really, let's be honest. I mean,
you,
it's,
Right.
it's funny because, and you're right about this. When we're at a party and I'm taking pictures of Elle, there are not a lot of great pictures being taken because it's not staged. It's not, you're going, oh, well, how come that one? Somebody says, well, how come that one looks so good on here, but when you do it, so because it's not staged,
that's
we're
right.
not professionals
Right.
at positioning ourselves.
No, no. And you're getting the heat of the moment. No.
Yeah, yeah,
If you've watched a lot of porn and you walk in, there's a guy on top of a girl, and you think you're getting ready to get that same magical angle, it doesn't happen. It's all butthole,
What I can tell you too is
all hairy ass.
the pimples on the ass are not airbrushed. Okay, so you
Yeah.
see every pimple, every bruise. You see the spittle coming out. You see it's like you see, and the mascara running.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a
You
little
got that
hot
going.
though.
Oh,
This is true.
oh, man, my eyes will water when I'm giving head. Ooh, baby. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Got to wear waterproof mascara.
Yep.
Mm.
Do you do?
No, that was my first husband. That was his big fantasy, and he would get mad because it was so easy to find two guys because there's so many bluefish. Okay, but it's really difficult to find a unicorn woman, right? To do
Yep.
this with. And the thing was that so we would try and try, and the thing is that he was not very good looking. All right, and so we also didn't have a very big member, so it was really difficult to look beyond those things. So,
He was fine. He
how
was
it
fine.
how it happened was we went to dinner with a couple, okay, and they kind of lived near us at the time, and it was a girl, a woman, and her boyfriend, and he had the biggest.
All right, don't get your panties in a
ears
wad. We will be
that I
right
think
back
I've
after
seen
this
on a
commercial
guy.
break.
I mean,
Wait,
Dumbo
who's wearing
ears,
panties?
okay, and he was so country hickish, stupid. Okay, that I was like not attracted to him at all. And she was cute and bubbly and smart. Okay. And she was just a lot of fun. So we were sitting there at dinner and my husband's talking to her and they're getting along fine. And I'm looking across at this guy and I'm trying very hard to want to be with this guy. Okay. And so on the drive home, I tell my husband, I'm not really attracted to this guy. And he gets really angry because he said he wants to do this girl. So that's when you go into that whole
Now that we're all
thing. Are you
commando,
gonna do
let's
this
get
couple or
back to the
whatever?
show.
And so we kept exchange numbers, said, yeah, that was a nice dinner. A week later, she texts me and says, hey, I broke up with Tom. Okay. And she goes, I broke up with Tom, but I want to know, can I still play with you guys? And my husband was just like, what? The heavens had opened up, his fantasy was going to happen. You know, like, finally we found this. And so the thing is that we went over to her house and we played. It was when I was learning to be bisexual. So it was kind of like, okay, fine, I'll do this for you. And I was kind of learning to be that way. And then he was playing with her and she made me really happy. And at the end of the night, he was upset because it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. He thought it was going to be two adoring women on him. And instead, it became two adoring women on each other who had a great time. Okay. And we did become very good friends. And the thing is, she's the one that she was an artist. And so she's the one that we decided to do for Valentine's Day for her new boyfriend and for my husband at the time to do the Farrah Fawcett body paints and naked body paints. And we did it with the windows open so that our neighbor next door could see us. And he had a great time. And we had a great time. It was in the middle of the day. And we made these portraits together and then washed each other off in the shower. That was a great time, especially because he wasn't there. He wasn't there to guilt me into, you had such a good time without me. You know, because you get that if you don't have the partner balance, if you don't have the partner who just sees joy in you fulfilling your stuff. So, because that's really makes you work, Steve. And that's what also makes you work, Roger, is that both of you, when D has a great time or when L has a great time, and I know this also, Barbie, with your husband, that when you have a great time, they're cheering you on.
They're happy for you. Yeah.
Of
Let's
course.
have a good time. You bet.
Right.
Life
So that
is short.
you get past this. What is real isn't the same as what I imagined it was going to be, but it's still damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
You have to, and it takes a minute once you get grounded doing this, you realize you have to go into just each situation open-minded. And more new situation, when you get around familiar people, you kind of know how the night's going to go. But if you're going into just a new party, a lot of new faces, you have to just let the night become what it's going to become. You can't go in with an agenda. You'll get disappointed 99% of the time.
Amen.
That's
Because I've
true.
experienced it.
When you have this guy whose fantasy is to do a midget, and then when it actually happens,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going back to what you said, I saw a meme today, or GIF, whatever they're called, those stupid little things, and I sent it to Elle,
Stupid.
and it says, "You think you could really watch?" And it's the wife asking her husband, "Do you think you could really watch me fuck someone else?" The husband says, "As long as I get to fuck you afterwards."
Oh.
And
Wow.
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I am her biggest cheerleader. So,
well, and review sex is the best.
Oh, it is the best.
it is.
So much fun.
It is.
I've told pieces of this one night, but it was actually all in the same night. There was um, I reached out to a friend who was supposed to be setting up a gangbang for Dee's birthday years back, um, and up until we walked in and I realized I was under the impression this thing was all set up. It was all set to go. We go over there, and there's three or four other guys and about nine women. And the one guy that she would have really kind of loved to lock up was locked up with another girl that was there, and it just kind of so that and they went upstairs and stayed up the whole time. And I ended up I ended up fucking like seven women.
Ah,
But that was so it it was a gangbang for her, and the guy said there'll be a few women there. So I show up kind of ready to go anyway. And then what we were talking about, the milkmaid girl, she was there. And then, like I said, I don't know what was in that breast milk, but
For those of you, the flies on the wall, he's referring to something in season one. Go back and listen to the podcast. This has got Milkmaid on it. Okay. It's one of the first ones that we did where Roger talks about the long story about this girl.
uh, I don't know what it was, and I wish I could put that combo together again, but because it, we ran we ran out at night.
wow.
I didn't run out a hard dick, and I had ran through every woman there, and could have did it again, and we just had to
This is
go.
also why a good party is one that has lots of little bottles of water. Maybe they have the liquid IV packets around, lots of stuff so that you can rejuvenate and keep going if that's the party that you're having. But yes, a very good party is going to have lots of bottles of water
Yep, yep. Anyway,
because I like
okay,
it.
um,
Anyway,
Well, I
so
will
I
say
think
that,
this,
oh, sorry. I
no,
will
go
say
ahead.
quickly that our first time with a third uh, was with a woman, and it was so damn easy. We thought it was always going to be that way. Sure enough,
Um,
we looked up an ad. We wrote to her. She lived in our same community. She was our same age. She was married. She didn't want anything but sex. Bam. We thought it was going to be that easy. Shit. She was a lot of fun for a long time. And she moved on and to somebody else, another couple, and kind of divorced us. Um, but I mean, yeah, we thought it was going to be easy. It was never that easy again, folks. Never.
It never seems
it's
to
still,
be.
but it's still good. It's just
Oh, it was, yeah,
not, it's the false impression that you make. You have this dream, you have this idea in your head.
fantasy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes, so, because I will get in my head and say, I'll be negative Nelly. I will be like, this is not going to work out. There's too many people here. I don't know if I can handle this. And I will get in my head, and then somebody will do something that just takes me away and gets me to open up. And that's Fabio's really good at getting me to do that, to try new things and stuff. And then when I do that, the end of the night, it's like, wow, that was really good. So that sometimes you can get in your head and decide this is going to be worse than it is. And then be like, oh yeah, there's just too many dicks there, and they're not going to behave or whatever. What I can tell you is, as people age, and I think this is another topic we're going to have to cover when we have more time. As people age, it changes. What you can do changes, and as the men age, evidently we know they're pretty much good for one pop, or they're on the Viagra, so they're never going to come. But it changes what they can do to make you happy, and so then you just you change as well, especially. So I think when it's a mix of young people and old people at the party, it's kind of fun. But at the same time, if it's all old people, you still got to have some young dicks there.
Yeah.
You got to have a couple
Because,
extra young.
we do want some juice. That's why we're there. I want some juice. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it.
Yep.
So, yeah, give it here.
Oh.
Come to mama.
Well, it was my resolution to try and keep these at about a half hour. So we're at about a half hour. So I'm going to discontinue this, but I want you guys to think about it. There's a couple of topics that I do want to continue talking about. One is the age differences and what the expectations happen. And then the other one is that Mandingo asked me a question about when have I had to admit to somebody that I was a swinger. And he's asked that question again. So I think that we should revisit that. I think we've talked about it a little bit, but there's been a couple of times that we should definitely discuss it and tell some more stories about that, longer stories. So I'll save that for another podcast, and we'll just tease that.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
For those of you who are new flies on the wall, go to our website. That's the easiest way to find all of them. I know that they're on Apple, and I know that they're on YouTube and stuff. YouTube sometimes deletes them because if they're a little bit too racy. So the best way to find them where they're not edited is to go to our website, which is Beyond Monogamy Podcast, all smashed together. BeyondMonogamyPodcast.com. You can find all of the old episodes. You can also find Roger's email. You can find my email. Send us a note if you want to. You got questions for us. If you want to come on and talk to us about stuff, or we will keep you anonymous if you want to stay anonymous, or if you want to talk to us and whatever. If you're a sex therapist, you want to talk about how you got that way, we'd love to talk to you. Okay.
I want to know the business plan. Let me know all about your business plan.
You get that job. You get that job.
Word of mouth.
This is also the place to tip Mandingo because he doesn't get any money. I pay for the website hosting and stuff. He does all the editing and all this other stuff just because he loves it and he likes to be the fly on the wall, but he doesn't get any money. So leave him a tip if you could. That'd be great. But I'm hoping that the next time that you will come again and come again and come again.
That's it for this episode of Beyond Monogamy. We hope you enjoyed our podcast, and we look forward to having you back again for the next episode of Beyond Monogamy.